Have you wondered how much does it really cost to sell a house? Well, stay tuned. That's our topic for today. If this is your first time visiting my channel, would you go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and then you'll get notified each week when I upload a new video. I talk about all things real estate in Bend for buyers and sellers, and I'll keep you up to date on what's happening in the real estate market. Assuming that you hire a realtor to do this job for you, there's typically some expenses that you're going to incur during the sale process. First, there are realtor fees. Now, you're going to hire a listing agent to list your home and get it sold for you, and you're going to agree on a listing commission price. Your agent then is going to share some of that commission with the buyer's agent who brings a buyer to the deal. Another thing that you'll have to pay as the seller are your real estate taxes, your property taxes. Now, you're used to paying these every year, so it just depends when you're selling your home and when your taxes got paid. You may get a rebate in the closing process, depending on when you paid the taxes, but you're only going to pay for the portion of the year that you were living in the house. And the buyer will be responsible to pay for the property taxes from the day that they start living in the home. Another type of expense can be buyer concessions, and the biggest one is going to be if you offer to pay some of the buyer's closing cost. Now, this is not always typical in a transaction, but it is much more typical when you have a first-time buyer. So if your property is priced in the lower price range and you're going to be attracting first-time home buyers, you might want to think about offering to pay a little bit towards their closing costs. If you offered to pay some of their closing costs, a few $1,000s, let's say, you can, if it's agreeable to the buyer, raise the price of the home that same amount. So really what then happens is that the buyer is financing their closing costs into their mortgage. Another expense might be a home warranty. Now, this is also great when you're working with a first-time home buyer. If your home is in the lower price range, it just gives that buyer peace of mind. You can buy a home warranty for just a few $100s, and it will normally cover things like plumbing, electric. You can even get one that will cover all the appliances. And just for a small service fee, the buyer then could have a maintenance person come out and repair or even replace an appliance, or let's say the furnace or anything that goes wrong within that first year. And it will only cost a few $100s, maybe $300 to $500. I always suggest this to my sellers because it's a great marketing tool if you offer that right up front. It attracts buyers. And the last item on this list are just title and escrow fees, which there are just a few on the seller side. Usually there is a title insurance policy and some other miscellaneous charges from the title and escrow company. So you may decide that you want to try and sell your own home without a realtor. We call that a FSBO, a for sale by owner. Now, it's totally legit and you can try and do this on your own, but just realize you're going to have to pay all the upfront costs that a realtor normally would pay for. And one of the hardest things for you to do is going to be to determine the value of your home. It's very important that you get the correct sales price when you first market a home to attract as many buyers as possible in the first couple of weeks. That's a really important point. So do you know the value of your home? If you're thinking of selling, whether hiring a realtor or doing it yourself, and you want to know the value of your home, I'd be happy to give you a no obligation home value report. And I have access to all of the data that I can pull together and help you figure out what your home should sell for in today's market. So let's connect and I can help you figure out what the right price is. And then if we loop back to all the other information in this video, which have been all the costs, then if you subtract that from the price, you're going to come up with a number we call net proceeds. And that is the money in your pocket that you're going to walk away with after you sell your home. That's a really important number because if it's not the right number for you, right now may not be the time to sell your home. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you here again next week.